Hey class, congratulations on making it through week 1 of music appreciation online. There's a lot to understand at the beginning and several pages of reading and listening assignments already, so we are jumping right in. I just wanted to tell you good job for keeping up and turning in those assignments on time. And I'm still trying to get everybody registered on Connect and get them on board to understand what it is that they need to do. So in the meantime, we're ready for week 2 of our assignments, and so I want to get right into those. Hope you enjoy learning about some music elements this week. If you're a non-musician, I'm sure there was a lot of information that was new to you. So maybe some things that you never really understood before. And so hopefully doing some of these activities are helping you to understand more of what you may not have known before. So we will continue with music elements for this next week in week 2, and then you'll have your hardest, in my opinion, the hardest test of the semester will be next week. And so just make sure that you are completing right here. When I have instructor videos, make sure you're watching them. Please check your email often. All of you should be now connected to McGraw-Hill. Please use that link every time you go in to do your work. And this is a lot of extra stuff because there were so many restrictions. Excuse me, I've been at Grease rehearsal all night and I'm ready to go to bed. And so you will always see your checklist, and then you will see those things rewritten again. There's nothing for you to check off on Moodle, and so make sure that you don't try because it's not necessary. And so I'll have a breakdown of all your Connect assignments. Make sure you do them all. You will also see that on your McGraw-Hill page, which I'll show you in a second. Always look under class resources. This next week, there is something under resources that says Unit 1 PPP. This is PowerPoint presentation. If I were teaching in the classroom, I would be following this, and it condenses the notes. And so please look at that, download it. I added another resource here. If you would like to enter into just a chat conversation, you can just put in your 2 cents of what your favorite element of music is, and I gave you a list of them in that link that you can choose from, and just tell me why. And so I may talk back with some of you about it, get an idea of how it's going. So we are continuing on with Music Elements Part 2. You see that these are due next Tuesday the 11th by midnight. And just have a little artwork there, something from Stevie Wonder. And then I have week 2 checklists. All of these would be due by midnight, just like before. Please watch this video. Please read in your book. You have a shorter reading assignment this week. And you can do that as you do your Learn Smart activities. But if you want to read it all and then go back and do Learn Smart, that's fine. And then you will have 5 Learn Smart activities, 6 through 10. Chapters 6 through 10 will continue there. And then you will have 4 listening activities. That is an extension of the rest of your listening for Unit 1. And then I've created a Unit 1 listening review. This is to help you prepare for your test. And then you have your unit test, which is worth 100 points. I'm going to go over some instructions, so I hope you're watching. Well, I know you're watching, but and then in addition, if you would like to go back to week 1, any of these things right here are going to help you to understand and prepare for studying. And so make sure that you use those if you need them. I don't know that you can go back and review the quiz, but You could do any of the Learn Smart over again and use the listening assignments. Now I'd like to go into a little bit about the actual taking of your test. Just wanted to tell you a little bit about that. Your test opens the Sunday of each week of work. So if our work starts on Wednesday, your test will always open on the weekend. You have Sunday, all of Monday, and all of Tuesday. So 3 whole days. I really want you to take time before the test opens to complete your assignments and to have time to review before you jump into the test. And so please make sure that you complete all your other assignments before you try to tackle the test. Your tests are timed, and I'm just going to warn you now, even if you go to peek at it at all, your timer is going to start. And so you have, it may be not a 75-minute test. I can't remember what it is this week, but it says it on the, once you open it up, it'll tell you how much time that you have. And so make sure that you're aware of it. Make sure you have time to finish it. You cannot stop and save the test. You cannot pause. The timer does not stop. So once it's engaged, it is set to go until it's done. And then once your timer's up, then you can't go back and finish your test. And so please give yourself plenty of time to do that and make sure that you're prepared to do that, because that time test does not give you opportunity to look up questions. There's too many questions. All right, so I'm going to go to week 2, get out of my instructor view and go into Moodle week 2. And once you open up week 2, you see our next 12 assignments. We have 5 more, just like we did before, of the Learn Smart. Please complete those completely and get all of the gray bar filled in. And so it won't give you credit until you're completely done. I will remind you that you must listen to all of each piece of music and then answer the questions. I'll show you one more time where to answer the questions on these listening activities. Because then after you answer them, then you have to submit them. Once they're submitted, then they will be graded. But you may have some things that are not going to show up as submitted because you haven't finished them. Either you haven't answered all the questions or you haven't pushed that button right there. Okay, so once you listen, then you need to go down to this button, Next. That'll give you credit for listening, and then you scroll down, find the question, and then you scroll on over again to the next question, and you answer that question. Then after you're done, you're going to press submit. Now, I didn't submit anything, and so therefore it's not going to give me any credit. It says I scored 0 out of 10. So make sure that you have your full credit before you leave it and think that you finished it. Just wanted to make sure that you understood that. Okay, so going back to our test, your test will have questions, just like on the quiz last week, and it will also have questions just like on the listening assignments. So you're going to listen to an excerpt, and then you're going to be asked a question about it. So it's a really, really good idea for you to go back and review all of the listening assignments. You don't have to listen to all of them, but at least review the ones that had questions. Now, I will show you in my email, I referred to the assignment for the C-Jam Blues. For week 1, C-Jam Blues they had the wrong questions. And so when it said here, C-Jam Blues questions, they were actually questions for the Young Person's Guide to the Orchestra. So you didn't really get the right questions. So here are the questions for week 2. I'll still count the week 1 answers, but I've put this in. Where is it? I know it's in here somewhere. There they are. This is practice right here. These are the actual questions that you might see on your test. So make sure that you do those. These are locked because they don't start until midnight, which is in about 35 minutes. And so listening review, I think you can go back and do that as many times as you want. Remember, you can go back and repeat any of these activities, any of the Learn Smart activities and any of the listening activities. You can do them 40 times if you have time, but you can just do them once, and if you get everything right, then that's all you have to worry about is one time. And so, but you only have one attempt on your unit test. You have a limited number of minutes, and so make good use of your time. And if you have questions, let me know. That's really all I need to tell you this week. And remember, if you need help, to call me, text me, email me. And it's kind of a busy week because I'm music directing for Grease here in Newton at the Green Room Theater. And we have performances all weekend, but I lead the band. And so that's where I've been all night tonight. And so anyway, hope you all have a great week. I know it's a lot to kind of take in, so do the best you can. And please let me know if there's anything at all that I can help you with. Hang in there.